Here on the Hub, we've got a good matchup for you. The Hermantown Hawks, the number 2 ranked team in Class A with a record of 14 wins, 1 loss, and 4 ties, take on Hill Murray, the Pioneers, number 11 in Class AA, 12-5-2. Coming into this afternoon's game. Jeff Pappas, John King with you. John, this is going to be a fun matchup today.
Yeah, if the JV game is any indication, we got a northern team coming down looking to trade some paint with the private school, so we'll see what this turns into.
We're going to get these starting lineups, and then we'll take a break for the national anthem. We'll start with the Hermantown Hawks. Expected to be in goal, Jacob Backstrom, their senior. They're introducing the forwards first. Blake Biondi, UMD commit, the leading scorer for this team. Ethan Lund and Zach Kylan are the forwards. Jackson Lucia on defense for Hermantown. And Joey Pierce. And Jacob Backstrom gets the start in goal. 2 of the better senior goaltenders in the state on hand here. We're talking about Frank Brimsek trophy consideration. Either one of these goaltenders would wind up as a candidate, and we'll have their stats after the break.
Pioneer fans, are you ready?
And now Hill Murray playing short. 2 players today, Henry Eischen and Matthew Fleischacker, both out with illness. So they're going to skate a short bench today, Bill Lechner is. He's got 11 forwards and 5 defensemen dressed. Now the starting lineup for Hill Murray.
Starting at center, number 27,
Charlie Strobel, the leading scorer for this team. His wings will be Nick Mountain and Nick Pierre. And Pierre, as a sophomore, the leading scorer for this Hill Murray team with 38 points. On defense, Axel Begley and Seamus O'Regan. As Irish as it gets, one of the captains on this Hill Murray team. And in goal will be the senior, Remington Keppel. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the opening face-off next. Here from Aldrich Arena, we'll hear from John, his thoughts on the game, and we'll get this underway. You're enjoying high school hockey here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a ½ pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brew Pub.
Hi, back at Aldrich Arena. The goaltenders for today's game for Hermantown in goal. It is Jacob Backstrom, 12-1-4, 2.02 goals against average and 89.6 save percentage, and 1 shutout. And for the Hill Murray Pioneers, it'll be Remington Keppel, 11-5-1, a .149 goals against, 93.8 save percentage, and 4 shutouts. John, you had a chance to talk with both of the captains of these teams yesterday before this game. What are their thoughts?
Well, Biondi wanted to come down here and play with a lot of grit. He thought if they came in here and played a simple, hard game, that they could have some success. And Charlie Strobel felt the first goal is a big goal. He wants them to play fast. I think he's pretty excited to be reunited with Pierre on that top line, and we'll see how things get started.
Yeah, we will. Today's game brought to you by Brew Pub's Lots of Matzo Pizza. If you're hungry after the game, stop by your local grocer, pick up a Lots of Matzo Pizza. We are ready to go. Hermantown is in the road. Dark blue, white numerals, and 3 stars on the back collar, similar to what the soccer teams do after they have won something on the club crest. Of course, 3 state championships for Hermantown. And
I like that, actually. I think more schools should do that.
Hill Murray in the home white. Black numerals and green trim. They'll work right to left as we call the first period for you. And we're glad to have you along here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Both teams playing well. Hermantown has won 5 straight. Hill Murray has won 4 straight. Hawks have not lost since December the 6th. Their only loss against Eden Prairie. No shame in that, certainly. But Hermantown, an explosive team with some size. Hill Murray just darned hard to score on. They've allowed only 31 goals all season. We're ready to go. The 27s, the captains, on the face-off, and Biondi wins it for Hermantown, and the Hawks will start out. Pass in the middle, picked off by Strobel, goes to Pierre on the right side, and Pierre plays it to the corner. Lucia goes after it there for Hermantown. Around on the near side to Zach Kylan. They can't get it out. Here's a shot from the point, sticked over the glass and out of play off Axel Begley's stick, and we'll get a face-off after only 18 seconds.
I think you're going to see Hermantown try to play the body a lot, especially in the first period. Try to dictate the type of game it's going to be.
And the Hawks now will make a quick change, and it'll be Aaron Pionk on, and if that name is familiar, it should be. The Pionk family. Neil, of course, the standout Hermantown UMD and now NHL defenseman. Now here's Joey Pierce playing it out to center, and the Pioneers turn it back to the blue line. Lucia has it there along the far wall from the red. He'll play it in. Keppel will watch it sail over the top of the net. Goes into the corner, and for Hermantown, it's Cole Antcliffe going in, number 14. And they lost possession, but Dowd digs it out. Now Antcliffe in the right corner bounces off a check, and here's Pionk feeding the puck to the right point. Jack Matheson with a shot that goes wide to the left of the goal off traffic, picked up behind the net by the Pioneers. Again, they're playing short. They are down 2 of their top players due to illness today, and here's a shot from Tommy Michelson from his own side of center, and that'll be icing back in the Hill Murray zone for a face-off. 1:05 gone. You know, when you talk, John, about having to redo your lines, which they've done here, Nick Mountain up with the first line, what kind of effect do you think that'll have?
Well, whenever your name is Nick Mountain, it's going to be a good thing. I think they're hoping for some mountain music today with Pierre and Strobel coming together on that top line. It'll be interesting to see who they'd end up double shifting.
Play in the Hill Murray zone from the faceoff. It's Begley in the right corner, draws attention of a couple of blue-shirted Hawks. Puck to the half wall, and now it's dug out by Begley, and now Hill Murray will come to center. Axel Begley rink wides it in. And going back for it behind the net, Zach Carson, one of the senior defensemen for this Hermantown team. Puck runs to the circle. Crashing in is Max Zupfer for Hill Murray. Puck fed to the right point, held in. Begley with a shot that goes wide. And the Hawks control behind their net. Drew Sams in control, and he will step to center ice at the red line. Over the line he comes, 2 against 4. Hawks are changing, and they keep possession. A centering pass is blocked in the left corner. And Begley will take it back behind the net for Hill Murray. Down to 2 minutes gone in the first period, no score. Here is Pierre down the far wing, the sophomore, on his way to Madison in a couple of years, and now Biondi steps on the puck and falls. Puck comes to the right point, now out to center, and here's Ethan Lund. Over to Biondi, back to Lund, over the line, and it's offside, and that was close, but Biondi just an eyelash early in on the right. Face off at neutral. Both these teams strong out of the gate. Hermantown has outscored their opponents 38-8 in the opening session this year. Hill Murray 28-8. And again, both these teams hard to score on. Hermantown has allowed only 38 goals in 19 games. Hill Murray 31. Now Biondi touches the puck forward, broken up. Strobel in the center circle to Pierre, and over the line he comes. Nick Pierre forced wide, and the puck goes behind the net. He takes a shot from Pierce in the corner, And now here comes Blake Biondi to center. Pass to the left, a hair too far for Lund. And Begley will sweep that off to the boards, but Biondi carries on, throws it in front, and before it can get to Kylan, it's sticked away to the corner. Players from both teams in, and here's Biondi along the near wall. It comes to the right point to Pierce. Swings it over to the left. There's a shot. Keppel saves. Rebound. Biondi is robbed from in close by Keppel. Good stop by Remington Keppel, and he saw that play so well. Now the Hawks come out of the corner. Here's a shot and a save by Keppel off Joey Pierce. Good shift for Hermantown. Excellent goaltending from Remington Keppel.
That's what we call a Remington steal. I'm dating myself, but once upon a time that was a thing when we still watched television on TVs. Great shift from Biondi, unselfish, making things happen, and just kind of setting it there for folks. And the goalie, Remington, outstanding.
Puck down, and it's played past Drew Sams all the way back into the going for a face-off. Hermantown's got 4 ties this year, one of them against a team that just about everybody thinks they'll see later on in the year, St. Cloud Cathedral. Game at Hermantown in December. Hawks led 4-1 after 1, 5-2 after 2, and didn't win. It was one of their ties, a 5-5 game. But good opposition at the Class A level, too. Centering pass swept over to the far side for Dowd. Aiden Dowd plays it behind the goal, blocked there, and Leo Gruba feeds the near circle, and here comes Hill Murray. Goodboe at center will rink wide one in, and it winds up behind the goal. Chasing after it is Jared Jensen for the Pioneers. Out of the right point it bounced, and now a centering pass comes through to the near circle, and Hill Murray in possession there. Goodboe in the corner spins, and now is pinned up against the boards. Puck still loose, and the Hawks will carry it out. Here's Sams to the left, and it runs away from him out to center. Nate Hardy drops it back in his zone, and now Hill Murray in possession, coming up on 4 minutes gone in the opening period. No score here from Aldrich as the puck is played into the Hermantown zone to the left side. Sams will pick it up as the Pioneers finish a change. Puck comes to center and loose there. And it'll run now to the blue line, picked up by Regan, and he'll play it forward for Hill Murray into the zone to the right corner, and back for it there is Drew Sams. Stops behind the net and will wait to set up the rush, and you get a good look at Hermantown's Hill Murray's forecheck there. And here's puck played out to the near wall and out to center.
It looks like they want top line on top line, and they're all rolling lines right now.
Gavin Bloomdahl on for the Hawks for the first time in this game. They do like to run a lot of different players at you, Hermantown does. If you look at their stat sheet, they do give ice time to a lot of different players, and they always have in this program. Puck comes to the center ice area, now back into the zone, and Joe Palatichuk back for it for Hill Murray. He'll leave a drop pass for Regan in the right corner.
Here come the big boys again, we'll see.
Puck played to center, and it's shot in, broken up at the neutral ice area, and now controlled by Lund, and he'll play it back in as Hermantown rolls its number 1 line back out there. Comes to Biondi in the near circle, and he can't hold it. Out to center, Lucia banks it off the glass and back in. Off the dasher boards, Lund picks it up in the corner. Biondi cuts for the net. Palatichuk clears to the corner. Now cleared behind the goal, and here's Biondi, who goes back behind the net to the far side. And it's controlled by Kylan. Throws it to the circle. Now Strobel plays it, and here's Regan in the left corner for Hill Murray. Rings it around the boards, and it hops over the stick of Joey Pierce. And here's a race for it. Lucia will get there first before the hustling Charlie Strobel, and he leaves it for Pierce. Banks it off the wall, and it's controlled by Kylan, who turns and centers. And here they come. Lund over the line. Cuts to the slot, then he falls. Swept it to the slot area, stolen by Pierre. He's got Mountain on his right. Over the line. Pierre over the line, and he is stood up there neatly by Sams. Puck behind the Hermantown goal, and it's controlled by Pierce. He'll step to the slot area and feed the puck to the right for Kylan. Now to the left, Blake Biondi, and that hit the referee. And it comes to the far wall. Biondi comes back for it. Biondi now tips it past the defenseman Gruba down deep and in control. Axel Begley feeding it over to the right, and now here comes Hill Murray to center. Mountain plays it into the zone, and it'll run to the left of the goal. Backstrom out to clear to the left boards. Took a funny hop off the wall, and it rolls to the high slot. Picked up there by Cole Antcliffe for Hermantown, and the Hawks get it back to center. Coming up on 7 minutes gone in the opening period. No score here from Aldrich Arena. The puck played into the Hermantown zone. Backstrom plays the carom behind the net for Drew Sams. Up to the near wall for Antcliffe. Now runs to the circle, and it's controlled by Aaron Pionk. Flips to center, and Goodboo swings it over to the right. Here comes Hill Murray in over the line. It's played in deep. And behind the net, Hermantown will get possession. Zach Carson now loose behind the net, and it's trapped against the mesh, and we'll get a face-off. 9:53 to go in the opening period.
This is fun. It's almost a game within a game when those two top lines get on the ice. It feels different in here, and it'll be interesting to see if it's the one that ends up winning it for either team, or if it's depth that prevails in the end.
Certainly a high amount of skill out here. And,
absolutely.
These teams both built from the goal outward. And here's Ethan Lund. Check that, Antcliffe in control for Hermantown. He plays it into the zone and picked up by Goodboo in the left corner, back behind the net for Hill Murray. And the Pioneers try the right. And it's Tristan Tabacall losing it at center as one of the spare forwards. Again, they got 11 forwards dressed for this game. Henry Eischen and Matthew Fleischacker both out with illness, so they're skating with a short bench. And the puck comes out, and here comes Goodboo down the near wing. He slings one across to the right for Tabacall, and that's swept away by Lucia to the boards. Now Matheson clears around on the near side for Hermantown. Comes to the near boards, and it's fished out. Here comes Antcliffe for Hermantown. He throws one to center for Dowd. Aiden Dowd over the line, and he lost out trying to get around Palatichuk. But now the puck picked up and centered from deep, and a shot by Masson went off the heel of his stick. Now here comes Hill Murray back, playing it into the Hermantown zone. Puck will run to the left corner, and Owen Quast throws a bump in against the corner boards. Now Erickson plays it out. Here's a 2-on-2. Hermantown attacking with speed. Pierce over the line, shoved the defender off the play. Palatichuk, and then played it around behind the net. Gruba controlling it in the right corner. Now back behind the net for Joe Palatichuk, another Wisconsin commit. Puck comes to the near side boards, and here comes Hill Murray. Owen Quast down the near wing, shoots it in, and we're going to get an icing call with 8:31 to go, almost exactly halfway through the opening session.
This Pierce is an interesting story, 18 on Hermantown. They call him the hybrid. Last year he was with Biondi as a forward. This year they looked at their lineup and said, you know what, we need another stud defenseman. You're playing D. A lot of skill to be able to jump back and forth like that, 18.
It's a nice situation to have when the coach says, you know, we just need a stud, you be it, and then you do it. That's one of the things that Hermantown obviously has done a great job developing talent over the years, and of course all three of Derek Plant's boys are going to wind up there eventually, and if you've seen any of them play youth hockey, you know that Hermantown's going to be good for an awfully long time yet. Puck comes out to center, and it's played back into the Hermantown zone to the right. Now played in to the Hill Murray zone to the left, and Begley will chase it down in the left corner. 8 minutes to go in the first period, no score. Strobel at his blue line. Angling towards the far side, plays it forward, and it's broken up there by Sams for Hermantown. Long pass up the middle, picked up by Kylan on his backhand. He feeds Biondi on the right, whips a shot, and boy, he got that there in a hurry, didn't he? And Keppel reaches up to make the save. Of course, Blake Biondi, his father Joe, War Road star, UMD standout, and that's where Blake's going to play for Scott Sandelin next year. Now the puck played to the right corner. It's picked up there by Kylan in the corner, and now Pierre. Rink wides one to center, and Mountain can't get there. It's turned back by Pierce into the zone, and Palatichuk has it behind the net for Hill Murray. Out the left side he comes, forechecker reaches him. The puck comes out to center, and Pierce plays it to Biondi. Back over the Hill Murray line. Biondi had it poke checked away. Carried back behind by Lund. Tried to go to Biondi, but it ran past him to the corner boards. Comes to the right point. Here's Pierce closing in. He shoots. He scores! And Hermantown is on the board. Joey Pierce through a screen, and the Hawks grab the lead 1-0 at the 9:46 mark of the first period.
There'll be clinking glasses at the skyline as they just put the man in Hermantown. 1-0 lead early.
Hermantown to the goal, and it is Joey Pierce from the point. The hybrid is call him his 11th goal of the season. Biondi getting the assist, and Zach Kylan as well, and it's 1-0 for Hermantown. In the opening period, played back into the Hawks zone. Back behind the net, Drew Sams in the right corner. Now Hermantown comes out to center. Picked up by Antcliffe, and over the line he comes. Lost to the near wall. Out of the right point, Sams. Floats it around behind the net. Picked up there by Gruba for Hill Murray. And now loose to the far wall. Players from both teams come in. And now Hill Murray able to play it to center, but the Hawks are able to break that up, and Dowd plays it back to the blue line. Now down to the glove, Dowd then overskated. He takes it at the blue line, leaves a drop pass for Lucia, and now it's into the Hill Murray zone, and it's stopped dead off a crack in the boards as they tried to ring it around. Puck comes to the blue line on the near side, right in front of the Pioneers bench, and here come the Hawks. Pierce over the line, flattens, shoots, Keppel with a blocker pad save, and it's on the mesh. We'll get a face-off, 6:03 to go in the opening period. Hawks lead 1-0. The goal for Joey Pierce is 11th from Biondi and Zach Kylan.
Yeah, this would be a big win for Hill Murray with two big-time players out of their lineup. If they can kind of get comfortable with people in different spots and get this one, this would be a big win.
All right, play at neutral ice. The Pioneers play it forward. Quast into the zone, and they're going to call it icing. It'll come all the way back. 5:52 to go in the first period. They're honoring the 1970 state tournament team here at Hill Murray, a 50th anniversary celebration for them. I was just ready to start kindergarten when those kids were playing in the state tournament.
I wonder what their sticks look like.
My guess is probably no curvature.
Yeah, and probably about $6.
Kind of the Dave Keon flat blade look, right?
Absolutely.
Out to center and played back into the Hawk zone, and Hermantown will sling it over D to D. And here come the Hawks over the line. And
nice hit.
Yep, there's a hit that knocked Gavin Bloomdahl flat as he came over the blue line. Bloomdahl then throws a bump along the boards in return, but lost possession.
Oh,
Zupfer! Boy, did he get hit hard by Pierce. He gets the number of that truck as Zupfer skates to the bench. Definitely got the poorer end of that exchange, as nobody said the hybrid was also a tank.
No, that looked a little bit more like the Northland Ford on their warm-up jerseys there.
Yeah, that was
Man,
an impressive and clean shoulder shot.
I could hear that with the headset on.
Puck comes to the near side, and it's played by Bloomdahl into the Hill Murray zone. After it is Ethan Lund, and he goes down. Junior varsity game a little physical as well. We wonder if the varsity will wind up the same way.
Yeah, there's a little hate out here today, and that makes for good hockey. It's going right now.
This is Palatichuk in the corner. Play it around behind to the near side, and it goes past the Hermantown defenseman Sams back into the zone. Icing on Hill Murray with 4:34 to go in the first period, but the 18s came together in a seismic collision. Max Zupfer and Zoe Pierce.
That's what I love. At high school hockey, you can still get that gigantic hit. Where a lot of times the structure in college and everything else, it's just harder to find it, but that was a big timer.
Biondi on the faceoff, and the puck loose in the circle. Pioneers will carry to center. Jared Jensen over the line. Goes back behind the Hawks net, swings past Lucia, feeds the left point. Luke House throws it in front. It's blocked, and here comes Kylan back for Hermantown. Hawks get possession off escape. Lucia now played back into the Pioneers zone. Kylan chasing after. Getting there first is Regan in the left corner. Seamus O'Regan plays it up the boards to center into the Hermantown zone. It's broken up, and Biondi will control it there, and he passes to an open wing on the left side. It comes back into the Hill Murray zone, and House picked up there, and now Erickson will golf it back into the Hill Murray zone. 3:44 to go in the first period. 1-0 Hawks. There's a giveaway in front of backhand shot. They score! Again, a hop off the boards, and Matt Erickson is there to play it home for Hermantown, and they lead it 2-0.
They call Matt Erickson Smiley. I'm told he's only smiled 2 or 3 times this whole season. Well, I think that might have been another one right there after a really kind of a tough break behind the net from Remington.
13:22, time of the goal, unassisted. And now here comes Quast in, and his shot goes just wide to the near boards. 2-0 Hermantown, 3:29 to go in the opening period, and the Hawks looked to be as advertised so far. Play behind the net, and now up the near boards. It's banked to center past Jack Lockley and back into the Hermantown zone. Hawks get possession along the near wall. 3:13 to go now, and at center, Matheson bounces off a check and feeds Sams. They'll play it back into the Hill Murray zone. Palatichuk behind the net, feeds over to the near wall for Quast. Quast into the left corner, picked up there by Begley. Back behind the net, under 3 minutes now to go in the opening period, and here's Pierre at center. He draws a crowd. He plays it in as Hill Murray finishes a change. Puck played up the near boards. Strobel tried to feed it in front. Up the slot it comes. Regan crashing in, and he plays it around behind the net. Mountain there over to Strobel along the far boards. Now Regan at the right point flattens, and that's deflected over the top. Mountain picks up the carom along the near boards, feeds the puck to the left point to Luke House. Now here's a chance for Regan, and the shot goes off, skates wide, and then the puck is banked all the way back into the Hill Murray zone for an icing call against Hermantown with 2:22 left in the first.
This is the first time we've seen the Biondi line got away from the Mountain line. They didn't have much success, and now it looks like they'll be head-to-head here, but I think they're trying to separate that Mountain line from Biondi and see if they can have some success.
All right, face-off coming up to the right of Backstrom in the Hermantown zone. Pierre tried to play it towards the net and was forced back. Behind the goal, Strobel goes down. First penalty of the game is coming on Hermantown, and it's going to go against Joey Pierce. It'll be a trip, and Hill Murray will go to the power play. Tripping is the penalty, and it comes at 14 minutes and 49 seconds.
Big power play here for Hill Murray. Get some momentum and build on it.
Now, Hill Murray's power play has been very good this season, 29.5%, 18 for 61. And Hermantown's penalty kill at 89%, 74 out of 83. Strobel feeds it to the far wall. Here's Pierre. Palatichuk. Deflected, comes to the near side, and it's Axel Begley. Goes behind the net. Now it comes out, and here's Pierre at the right point. High in the slot, Palatichuk. Strobel plays it behind the net. Goodboe feeds the right side, and now here's Pierre shooting. Ooh, a save made there by Backstrom. Kicked the rebound right in the slot. Begley overskated. Here comes Biondi back for Hermantown over the line. He shoots. Keppel saves. Rebound off the post, laying in the crease, and it comes to the left point. And Lucia plays it down. Blake Biondi nearly made it 3-0 with 1:20 to go here in the first period. Now Hill Murray, Palatichuk feeding it to the right, and here's Charlie Strobel over the Hermantown line. Strobel takes a shot. Backstrom saves with the skate, and the puck then backhanded back out by Sams. All the way back into the Hill Murray zone. O'Regan has it there. Now it feeds it to the blue line. Pass, and here comes Strobel over the line. He's got Quast trailing. Strobel leaves a bank pass for Palatichuk that's stolen away by Aaron Pionk and cleared back to center, and here comes Hermantown. This is Ethan Lund over the line. He goes in, backhanded a centering pass for Pionk, and he couldn't control it. Here's Pierre playing it forward. Strobel tried to go back to Pierre, but it's picked off by Pionk. Now Palatichuk carries on over the Hermantown line. He closes in. He shoots a save by Backstrom. Rebound fell right to Lucia, and he clears it back to center. Regan there. Now feeds it over, and here's Pierre. Pass to the left side. Nobody there for Hill Murray, and the Hawks get possession. 17 seconds to kill, and the puck is now shot all the way down the ice. Keppel sets it up behind the goal. 10 seconds of Pioneer power play. 20 left in the period. Puck fed to the right, and now here's a pass to Mountain over the Hermantown line. Top of the circle, shoots. Backstrom saves. Rebound is controlled by Sams. Cleared back around on the near side for Antcliffe. And now back to the line, but not out. Gruba holds it in with 3 seconds to go, plays it down to the circle, and Zach Carson steers it behind the net, and that's the end of the first period. Our score is Hermantown 2, Hill Murray nothing. Quite a period for the visiting Hawks, John King.
Strong start. Pioneers without Eischen and Fleischacker, I think, probably a little bit discombobulated. There are rebounds there. That wasn't a terrible power play. There were multiple rebounds. Just kind of bounced over Bagley's stick. I think this is going to end up being a nice, tight game. Hermantown with the early lead.
All right, we played one period here from Aldrich Arena, and our score is Hermantown 2, Hill Murray nothing. We'll take a quick break and summarize the first period next. You're enjoying high school hockey here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
They're honoring the 1970 championship team that beat Duluth Cathedral 5-4 to win the state championship. You mentioned a good turnout, and that's always good to see, of course, in the 50th anniversary. That many players here for the event.
It's nice to see them mixing with this year's team, and looks like they got the JV walking out to say hello here as well. That's how you build tradition.
No question about it. The varsity, though, has some work to do as they head back to the locker room, trailing 2-0. Your thoughts on the first period and what Hill Murray can do to climb back into this game?
It's a fun hockey game. I really like the matchup between the Mountain Strobel Pierre line and the Biondi line. I'm very curious to see if they start trying to get away from that matchup one-on-one, and if Hill Murray can maybe find a little more space for Mountain Strobel and Pierre if they can get away from Biondi's line. But we'll see.
All right, the summary in the first period for Hermantown at 9:46. Joey Pierce's 11th goal of the season, and at 13:22, it was Matt Erickson scoring his 4th to make it 2-0. One penalty in the period went to Hermantown. Hill Murray is 0 for 1 on the power play. 2-0. After one, we'll take a break to flood the ice. We'll come back with our second period shortly. You're enjoying high school hockey, brought to you by Brewpub's Lots of Matza Pizza. Half pound of Wisconsin cheese on every pie here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Back at Aldrich Arena for the second period. Hermantown leading 2-0 over Hill Murray. Jeff Pappas, John King with you. And John, we were just discussing at the break what Hill Murray's going to have to do to get into this game. And a little bit out of stroke, a little bit out of rhythm with two of their better players out sick today. But what do you do?
Well, you know, they're not just any players, right? You got 20 points from Eischen, 22 from Fleischacker, so you are playing without a couple key pieces. I think their rebounds there today, I think if that Pierre Strobel mountain line gets rolling, this thing will tighten up.
All right, 2-0 the score. Nobody in the penalty boxes as we get ready for the second period. We looked at Hermantown's schedule. We talked about their loss, their ties this season. They've had 4 of them. Benilde, St. Cloud Cathedral, Grand Rapids, and Cretin Durham Hall. Those are some high-quality opponents that they have beaten. They've also beaten Totino Grace this year, a team I saw play all 3 games over the holiday tournament. They beat Wayzata. They got a win over Buffalo, a 7-1 win over them. They achieved some revenge for their loss to Greenway in the section finals last year with an 8-3 win at Hodgins Berardo. If you go up there and you hang 8 on Greenway, you're doing well, regardless. And a 3-1 win over a pretty good Cloquet team.
It's such an interesting year. So much parity. You know, it's not like a lot of typical years where there's a couple absolute powerhouses. Really, in both single A and double A, you could almost go back to the single tier tournament, and I wouldn't be able to tell you who was going to win this year.
No, and that's, I guess, one of these years where it would be really fun to see. Because there's no question. You come here, you see Hermantown coming here and taking on a top 10-11 team. They're leading 2-0 on their rink. Evidently, the ice is not quite dried yet, so they're going to delay the start of the second period. I think it was what they were alluding to there. But
did he just was he joking? Did he say the Zamboni driver needs to do the backstroke first?
He thought we were doing the backstroke, so there's a little bit of water on the ice here.
Nice, man. Who needs
cold? They're cold-blooded here.
My God.
Aldrich.
That's your own guy they're going after early. It's only 2-0. Jeez. All right, boys, let's get this thing going.
All right, ready to get the second period underway. Nobody in the penalty boxes. And the second period is underway. And here's Pierre shooting it in. So we'll look and see if the puck hits any of those wet spots on the ice, which of course would stop it or slow it down anyway. Puck played at center. And now here comes Hermantown in over the line. Kylan drops it. There's a shot, and Lund didn't miss by much there. From the right point, they score! Pierce drives one through to make it 3-0 Hermantown after 22 seconds of the second period.
Well, the hybrid's making a name for himself today. I wonder what position they'll have him play next, because he seems to have a master's degree everywhere he goes.
There's only one left, but Backstrom's already there.
Well, you never know.
Hermantown.
He does have a shutout, so maybe we'll keep him in that.
Wow, a quick goal here in the second period for Pierce. Got assists on it. Same as the goal. Keelan getting an assist along with Blake Biondi. And it's played into the Hermantown zone to the left. Carson plays it around to the opposite side. Antcliffe throws it ahead, and it's chopped out of there by Pionk to center, and then shot back in rink wide. Backstrom will set it up and leave it in the left corner for Carson. Now a headman pass, Dowd, loose in the high slot, picked up, and here's a shot that goes wide by Kudbu, comes to the near sideboards now. Jared Jensen taken in against the wall, but Jensen comes out with a puck, centers it, and a shot that was over the top by Michelson, gunning for a corner there, but a lot of traffic between the shooter and the net. Now here's Gruba. He takes a shot that's wide of the goal. The carom comes to the far side to Palatichuk on the half wall. And now a pass back to Palatichuk at the point. He'll turn and play it to the boards, but Hermantown is able to pick that off and carry it to center. Puck is flipped ahead. Dowd unable to latch onto it. Now Jared Jensen had it blocked, played back into the Pioneers zone. A minute and a half gone in the second period. 3-0 Hermantown here in the second period. Puck played out to center, and it's picked up and played into the zone by Hunter Lashinger. And the Hawks are able to bring it back out to center. Played back in by Begley. And the Hawks will play it high off the glass. It'll come back in the Hermantown, or the Hill Murray zone. And Regan goes into the corner. Left a drop pass, and Hill Murray able to break out. Mountain passing it ahead, and over the line comes Quast. His pocket picked at the Hermantown blue line, and the Hawks will play it back into the center ice area on the wrong side of Glock, and then it comes back out to center. Hermantown will play it back in with men trapped. Regan plays it down with the glove, and he sends Quast away down the left. Back into the Hermantown zone, and Lucia will go back to the left corner as Hill Murray gets it changed. They get their first line back out there, and Pierre knocked the puck back towards the net. Backstrom will get the stoppage. 2:35 gone in the second period. 3-0 Hawks.
You know, Biondi was saying their team motto for this season is United Pursuit. And it is an interesting team, Hermantown. You just kind of blink and they score. You know, this appears to the eyes to be a fairly close game, but here it is 3-0 early in the second.
And the puck played around on the near side. Here comes Biondi over the Hill Murray line. Biondi tried to split the defense. Goes in and shoots, and he just missed to the right. That was explosive. Puck played to the right point, and Pierce plays it down behind the net. Swings, and a wraparound attempt is going to come all the way back out to the high slot. How the Pioneers get it. Here's a two-man break. Mountain over the line. Closes in, and they don't get a shot on goal as Pierre had it come off the heel of his stick. They were in 2-on-0 and don't get a shot on frame. And now here's Palatichuk for Hill Murray, playing it back into the zone. It gets past Pierre, and it's going to be icing on top of it. So insult to injury there for Hill Murray as they broke out quick and get nothing to show for it.
That was the perfect opportunity. Those two guys flying, but the mountains were blue. They weren't green, as it turned out.
They'll get a face-off in the Hill Murray zone, and they call you a color guy. Literally.
Yeah.
We're determining
I forced that one a little bit, but oh well.
Yes, here's a shot from the face-off by Carson, and that goes off the goaltender wide. Hawks continuing to put on pressure. The puck's on the mesh, and we'll get a stoppage here. 13:34 to go in the second period. Hermantown has got 4 of their last 5 games this year on the road. They only have 1 game left, but this is it's an interesting schedule for them. They play 4 of their last 5 on the road, but they've only got 9 road games. Their holiday tournament was at Duluth Marshall, which is about a 15-minute drive from Hermantown, but only 9 true road games on their schedule this year, 4 of them coming up in the next 2 weeks. And now played into the zone. Here's Strobel going after it, and that's broken up. Biondi in the right corner swipes at it along with Strobel, and Biondi comes out with the puck. Now played out, and here's the puck played to center. Here's Kylan over the line, and he is ridden off. Biondi in the circle, closes, shoots. Keppel with a blocker pad save. Kylan tried to center, and that goes off the defense. Strobel in the left corner for the Pioneers, plays it to the wall, held in by Biondi. And now Biondi looks to center. It comes on to Keppel, and we'll get a stoppage at 12:53 to go. And Remington Keppel, a 93% save percentage this year, but he's been screened twice on his goals, and the second one was a giveaway. But Erickson wound up scoring on. He hadn't had a whole lot of help.
No, and they're from distance, tough shots, nothing he could do on, and then kind of the bad break on the misplay.
Now that time he saw the shot from Pierce all the way into the glove, and we'll get a stoppage. 12:47 to go in the second. Brought to you by Brew Pub's Lots of Matzo Pizza. It's called that for a reason. Half a pound of Wisconsin cheese on every pie. Now over to the near point, Lucia. He missed the net. Tried to get one in front for Dowd to tip. Now here's a shot and a pad save on Pierce, who's had an active day at the right point. 2 goals for Hermantown. Now a centering pass from behind the net by Ancliffe is picked off, and Hill Murray is able to bring it out to center. Played ahead by Nate Hardy, and that's broken up at neutral ice. Now finally shot in by Gruba, and it comes to the right corner. Lucia plays it ahead, and Hermantown will break out at center. It goes off skates. Pionk can't play it forward, and now here comes Hill Murray in over the line. A centering pass, a stick tied up there. Goodbout tried to come to the net, but the defenseman had a hand on the stick and was able to prevent the shot. Here's Dowd back for Hermantown. Over the line, tried to split the defense. He's ridden off. And now Goodboe on the far side picks it up. Long pass to center. Tipped ahead by Hardy in deep, but he can't control it. And it comes to the left corner for who else but Joey Pierce to deal with there for Hermantown. Pierce behind the net. And he will now come to the right side and play it ahead. 11:46 to go in the second. And here's Pionk at center for Hermantown, shooting it in. And Regan goes back in the left corner for the Pioneers. Pass up the left for Quast. And he'll play it into the Hermantown zone. Now picked up by the Hermantown attacker, Carson. And now back to the far side. And it comes out to center, loose in the circle. And it's shot back in by Bo Janzig for Hermantown. Getting his first shift of the day, number 13. Puck comes to the right boards, and Hill Murray will come out to center. Pass for Quast, broken up. Regan carries on, passes to the left side. That is disrupted there by Bloomdahl. Now banked to center and into the Hermantown zone. Carson feeds it over to the right side. Now a pass up the middle for Janzig, and he comes over the line, and he lost the puck, played down by Bloomdahl, and the Pioneers trying to fish that out. Played back in, and right now you've got the fourth line for Hermantown on against Hill Murray's first. That's the matchup the Pioneers would want. Picked up by Palatichuk. Now Hermantown finishes the change, though, and they're able to get their regular first unit back on. A centering pass. Strobel in the slot, shoots. A save made, and the rebound is cleared by Matheson to the left point. And Hill Murray able to hold it in there. It comes to the circle, picked up there by Sams, and played to center. Biondi down the near wing. Over the line, working on Palatichuk. A backhanded shot right on, and a save by Keppel.
Hill Murray's getting a little bit of flow here. They gotta build on it. That was a nice opportunity by Strobel right in front. They're playing with more speed. They really need to get the next goal here and keep playing a tight game in their own zone.
They did give up a quick one here in the second period. 22 seconds in, a goal by Joey Pierce for the Hawks. Now puck controlled, and Pierce had to feed the circle. There's a clearing attempt that barely missed the linesman on that side. Now Pierce fights off a check and then plays it in deep. Back behind the net, Gruba for Hill Murray plays it up the near wall. Gruba hustling up, will play it out to center. And over the line comes Goodboe to the far side, and he is going to be steered in hard against the boards by Pierce, who's had a great game. Here's a shot right on, save made, and the puck is loose at the right edge as the initial opportunity from Jared Jensen stopped by Backstrom. Now here comes Hermantown out, 3 against 3, and they'll play it in. And Pierce heads for the bench as they change. Puck loose in the left corner, and the Hawks trying to hold it in along the near wall now. And they're going to go to the boards just shy of the blue line. Play it out. The Hawks come in. Here's a shot. Keppel with a save against Ethan Lund. And now Lund heads for the bench as Hermantown finishes a change. 9:20 to go in the second period. Outlet pass is tipped by Ancliffe. Comes up the slot, but Hill Murray able to clear it out anyway. Tabacall at center. Plays it into the Hermantown zone. And here's Drew Sams. Played to center. Picked up by Ancliffe. Now he lets Pionk come through, and Pionk has taken it against the boards and lost the puck. Behind the goal it goes for Regan for Hill Murray. Played ahead over Strobel's head. Now Regan picks one off in the slot, and the tri-captain plays to center, and Quast tips it into the Hermantown zone. Right back out it comes down the near side. Dowd feeds Pionk over the line. Through a screen, shoots, and Keppel makes the save. Comes to the near boards. Pionk taken in against the wall by Luke House. And now Hermantown able to dig it out. Dowd comes around behind the net, feeds the high slot. And here's Sams. He throws it in front. It's loose. A shot, a save. Oh, my goodness. And the rebound is lifted over the glass and out of play.
Man, Hermantown doesn't pass up a shot, do they? They remind me a little bit of Penn State, how they kind of approach offense. I mean, if they can see Remington, they are letting it fly. And it's had some pretty good results here this afternoon.
Just past the halfway point in regulation. 8:28 to go in the second period. 3-0 Hermantown. With John King, Jeff Pappas here from Aldrich Arena on the hub this afternoon. And the Hawks hold it in at the right point. Pierce shoots, save made. Puck to Lund in the corner. Now behind the net, they're looking to center. Here's Lund at the left edge, tried to center for Biondi, and Mountain is there. But Biondi is there to break up the play and the breakout. Now it's controlled by Lund along the wall. Lund feeds the right point. Sams over to the near side. Here's Lucia. His shot is blocked by Mountain, and it comes to the near corner. Hawks still in possession. 8 minutes to go in the period. Here's a shot by Kylan and a save made by the goaltender Keppel behind the net. And Hermantown is just methodical here. They're just kind of having their way.
They're making a case that there's only one A in state today because they look like not a top A team, but a top team in the state, period, this afternoon.
Here they come over the line. Biondi cuts to the slot. He shoots. He hit the post. Biondi, a solid metallurgy save there for Keppel as the puck comes out to center. And Biondi will play it back in. But, boy, Blake Biondi gets it there quick. And Scott Sandelin's going to love him next year at UMD as Pierce plays it back into the zone. Controlled in the left corner, and it's Luke House. And it's played a head pass, Pierre to center, and then shot back in by Sams to the near side. They're offside. They have to tag up. Now the puck is cleared back into the Hermantown zone to the left, past Pierce, and carrying on behind the net is Lashinger with some good hustle. He feeds the high slot. Begley shoots, and that's blocked in front. Puck lying loose in the slot area. Now Quast tries to shoot, can't get it through, and it comes back out to center. Under 7 minutes to go in the period. Here's Palatichuk playing it around behind the net for Axel Begley. Back to Palatichuk. Now to the near circle. It's picked up by Lashinger. One touch, and now a pass down the left wing. Here's Quast with half a step. Over the line, Quast on his backhand. Shoots, Backstrom saves. Rebound! Oh, he made a great stop on the rebound against Hunter Lashinger to keep Hill Murray off the board.
Another great opportunity for the Pioneers. There is more space out here. A lot of long passes coming out of the D zone, trying to break guys free on both sides, really. But Hill Murray has had some success getting those breakaways. They just need to finish.
Face-off coming up to the right of Jacob Backstrom. 6:32 to go in the second period. If you haven't heard, Hill Murray playing without Henry Eischen and Matthew Fleischhacker. If you're joining us late, both players out with illness, so Hill Murray is skating a short bench, and Hermantown is making them pay for it right now in a 3-0 game. Here's a shot. Backstrom saves off Palatichuk. Rebound! And they find a way to sweep it wide. Unfortunately for Hill Murray, Lashinger. And now the puck comes to the corner boards. It's dug out of there by Pionk. That's Hill Murray's best sequence, I think, over the last, today, this afternoon, I guess you could say, over the last couple of minutes.
Great shift from this third line. Great effort. Those, at some point, one of these rebounds is going to go in. They're there, and they're just not able to finish.
Now played into the left corner. It's picked up by Carson. Feeds the near side. It's going to be held in by Begley at the right point. He'll play it around. Here's Pierre off the end wall, centering it. And Palatichuk crashing in, shoots. Backstrom saves, and we'll get a face-off as the Hill Murray players crash the net, and that will not be taken too kindly by the Hawks.
There's definitely there's some fight in the Pioneers here. They're starting to get going. I think if they can get one, they'll build off of it, but Hermantown is a handful. There's a lot of big boys out here, and if you just exhale, it might be in the back of your net.
And we have Pierre heading to the penalty box for Hill Murray.
Looks like it's matching.
Yep, it is, as Cole Antcliffe also going for Hermantown. Time of the penalty is 11:16.
Antcliffe and Pierre, a couple little guys with a lot of hate going at each other on the ice.
We'll wait for the announcement. Our assumption is roughing. Unsportsmanlike, my error. Okay, unsportsmanlike in both cases. Here's a centering pass, and Hill Murray is on the board. Nate Hardy. And boy, do they need that, John.
That's a huge goal. Charlie Strobel was telling me Hardy's the glue guy. They love him. Upbeat attitude, makes them all laugh, and that's what you need. I think Coach Lechner's mustache is tingling right about now because Hill Murray's in this game.
Hardy with a goal. That is his fourth of the season for Hill Murray. And the Pioneers at 11:36 are within 2.
I'd like to see Hill Murray start really running around here a little bit, build on this. Don't give it right back. Some of these big forwards like Strobel start banging bodies and make some noise here.
Play back to the Hermantown blue line. Keppel out to clear. Let's get the assist. Hardy from Mountain at 11:36. It's 3-1 Hermantown. Play into the zone. Here come the Hawks. They look to center, loose at the right edge, and it comes all the way through to the left point. Lucia threw it across. Biondi overskates and comes back to the corner to claim the puck. Mountain plays it rink wide out to center. It's played back in by Pierce for Hermantown. Keppel will set it up behind the goal, and Biondi has lost his stick, might have broken it. As the puck, it's laying there in the circle, and now here comes Strobel over the Hermantown line. Drop pass, now a one-time shot. Backstrom out to challenge to save on Gruba. And here comes Hermantown back. Sunday down the far side. Caden Sunday shooting it in. And here's Janzig after it. Hermantown's fourth line getting a shift here. 4.5 to play in the second period. Puck now in the corner, and it runs to the left point. There's a chance for Carson. That's blocked in the high slot by Lashinger. Puck comes over to the far side. Hawks looking to keep possession. Janzig plays it off to the far boards, and Quast is there to pick it up. Plays to center, went right through the feet of Lashinger into the Hermantown zone. Lashinger chases after it, played down with the glove at center, and Gruba, now it's lying loose. Played ahead, here comes Hermantown Sunday over the line. He shoots it in and heads for the bench. Under 4 minutes to go in the second period, 3-1 Hermantown. And Hill Murray comes to center, picked back up and carried in by Pionk. Now it's played ahead by Michelson, and now Hermantown gets the puck and plays it back in. Pionk chases after it. Now behind the net, runs up to Quast along the half wall. They'll go back behind too far for Palatichuk. Comes to the near side, Gruba plays it ahead to center, and Hill Murray tries to play it forward. Now a stiff check there against Dowd, knocked him flat as Hill Murray starting to assert itself a little bit physically as Carson had it stripped off his stick. Hill Murray in transition. It comes into the zone deep. Michelson unable to get to the puck. Fans want a penalty there. They won't get one. Loose in the left corner. Hill Murray trying to gain some zone time here. 3:05 to go in the second period. Here's Regan shooting, and he misses wide to the goaltender's left. Puck comes on the long. Karam Kylan plays it out to center. Down the near wing, Lund for Hermantown. Into the zone, broken up there. Played back out to center. Carson had it stripped away. And here comes Goodboe back for Hill Murray. Shoots, and it was going wide. Backstrom made a glove save anyway, and we'll get a face-off with 2:45 to go as the penalized players, Pierre and Antcliffe, come back onto the ice.
Things are heating up here. I know I sound like a broken record, but I think the best thing for Hill Murray here is keep finding a pad on Backstrom, keep shooting at him low, and pick up one of these rebounds, and it'll be 3-2 before you know it.
The face-off coming up to the left of Jacob Backstrom. 2.02 goals against and an 89.6 save percentage for Hermantown and Pat Andrews. Puck comes in front, and Lucia plays it over. It'll come back into the Hill Murray zone. Begley tried to clear it out. Hawks gain possession in the circle. Erickson closes in, shoots, and Keppel makes a save. We'll get a face-off in the Hill Murray zone with 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the second period. Hawks scored 39 goals in the second period this season, more than in any other session. They've got one here in this period. Also the best offensive period for Hill Murray this year, 30 goals. Now Lucia from the faceoff throws it across, backhanded shot, and the goaltender came across to stop it from Lund. And now here's a drive by Pierce. So he held the zone in the high slot. Now the Pioneers play it out to center, and here comes Strobel over the Hermantown line. Strobel comes to the far side, and it's poke checked away by who else but Pierce. Now in the right corner, it's controlled. Pierce tried to come in front, and here he is. Pierce down the far side for the Hawks, and he'll play it on in. And now Hermantown after it. Here's Biondi behind the net for Lund. Centers, comes out to Pierce at the left point. He shoots, blocked at the defense this time. And Regan plays it to the blue line. Comes out to center, and here's Strobel. Mountain on his left, over the line. This poke check at the blue line, carrying on Palatichuk, but he can't hold the zone. Rink widened back in by Gruba with just over 90 seconds to go in the second period. Pierce in the right corner, plays it ahead, and is played down with a glove by Hermantown, and here's Pionk closing in. He took a shot that hit his opposite number, Gruba, and went wide. Now picked up along the near wall by the Pioneers, and out they come to center. Lashinger to Quast over the line. Held in right on the line. Here's a shot by Lashinger that goes wide. Now Quast chasing after it behind the net, loose at the right edge. Hawks get control with just over a minute to go in the period. It's played out to center. Palatichuk can't touch it. They'd be offside. Now Palatichuk able to bring it in. He takes a shot. Backstrom with a stick save, and he knocks it into the netting to get a stoppage with 56 seconds, 55 and change to play in the second period.
I couldn't be more impressed with this Joey Pierce. I mean, he is all over the ice tonight. He seems to constantly be out there. If this is how he is as a blue liner, I can only imagine what he was like as a forward.
Well, I saw him play as a forward as a sophomore last year, and you could tell there was something special there, but you're right, he can do it all, and he can do it well. Here comes Hermantown, 43 seconds to go in the period. Antcliffe over the line, leaves a drop, and it's offside as Dowd brought the puck in. With Antcliffe already in the zone, and a face-off at neutral.
You can tell they kind of use him as the sheriff out there. He's rarely on the ice with the Biondi line. He will be here, but typically they kind of cast the dice out there with all the other lines, and then he comes off when the big line's out there.
39.8 seconds to go in the second period, and Biondi tries to carry it in from the faceoff. Now picked up by Pierre along the wall, and his outlet pass hits his teammate Jensen. Comes back into the zone, and it's picked up by Pierce in the left corner. Played to the near wall. Hill-Murray gains possession. A centering pass goes off the defense, and Backstrom had to be quick there. Here's Regan firing, and that one off the defense. And the near corner with 15 seconds to go in the period behind the net. Now Goodboo's taken in against the boards by Pierce. In to help out is Jensen. Puck kicked out. Now here is Hill-Murray looking to center it from deep, and sneaking in there was Begley. Not able to get good wood on that centering pass as the second period comes to an end, and our score is Hermantown 3, Hill-Murray 1. Your thoughts, Mr. King?
I thought that was a better period for the Pioneers overall. Remember, we did have the one kind of misplay goal, so it's a little closer than it looks. Hermantown, very impressive. I think if Hill-Murray can keep shooting early and often and put a rebound in, we could really have a tight one down the stretch, but a really nice high school hockey game on a Saturday afternoon here at Aldrich.
All right, a recap of our second period. 2 goals, the first one coming at the 22-second mark. Joey Pierce, his second goal of the game, assists to Biondi and Zach Kylan. And then Hill-Murray at 11:36, Nate Hardy, his fourth goal of the season, and an assist to Nick Mountain. Shots in the second period favored Hill-Murray 11-10 for the game. Hermantown has 19 shots on goal, and Hill-Murray has 16. And we are after 2 periods here at Aldrich Arena, and it's Hermantown 3, Hill-Murray 1. We'll take a break, have an intermission, and come back with our third period next. You're enjoying high school hockey here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brew Pub.
Hey, we are back at Aldrich Arena, and our special guest, the founder, our godfather, if you will, Mr. Tony Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Jeff. You're doing an awesome job once again broadcasting these games. I appreciate the time you put in for us.
Thank you. I love it, love it, love it. Hill Murray's back on the ice. Before this period starts, so I want to ask you about the jersey project. I've seen this on Twitter, and it looks marvelous. Tell me about it and some of the effort that went into putting this together.
So the book is a compilation of our photographer staff traveling all across the state to give fans a picture book of all 149 high school hockey teams in the state. So imagine if you walk around the XL Energy Center, see all the high school jerseys, where you can put all those jerseys into action shots into one book with a snippet on each page about each book. So obviously the snippet for Roseau and Edina is much longer than a Bagley or an Ely that are playing today up in Ely, but they all get the same amount of real estate. That's the point of the book.
The whole point is that it's all our ice,
exactly,
all over the state, and it's fun. How can you get one?
You can order it. You'll be able to order it online throughout the month of February. We took our pre-orders until yesterday, and then there'll be a link on Youth Hockey Hub for the rest of the month of February. Books should be delivered by the 1st of March.
Okay, tell me about the photography.
I've
seen
there
some
are action shots of individual players on each team.
Okay. And do you happen to know which are for these two teams?
Oh yeah, Joe Polotachuk and Joe Biondi, and not Joe Biondi, Blake Biondi. I just saw Joe in the lobby, and he's giving me a hard time about something, which is pretty much par for the course for Joe.
All right, well, Blake Biondi's having himself a nice night here, but Joe Polotachuk headed off to Wisconsin.
Yes.
Next year for.
We will announce tomorrow for the Hermantown fans that Blake will be one of our 10 people on the cover of the book. So we have 10 players on the cover of the book, and Blake will be one of the 10. We'll announce that tomorrow on our high school hockey podcast.
Where did the idea for this come from?
We got to about 60 or 70 jerseys last year, and I said to David Romuald, one of our photographers, I go, wouldn't it be cool to get them all? And he goes, yeah, and we can do a book. And that's how it was hatched. And we started planning back in March and April. And it's the hardest part of this book wasn't taking the photos. It was planning and making sure we could get them all. What we found is we went to Faribault and Waseca a lot because that's where the southern Minnesota teams from far off lands would actually end up.
I want to ask you, as we get into at the first stoppage here, another question. I'm going to give John back on his debut day here, by the way.
How has he done?
He's done marvelously well.
I'm sure he has. I'm going to hand it back to. Why don't you ask one more question on this whistle, and I'll hand it over.
How many miles do you think had to be put on?
We're keeping track of it. It's going to be grossly higher than you'd think. It's going to be 5,000 or 6,000 miles, I think, that we ended up putting in, especially after this weekend going up to Ely for one jersey. The Bagley-Fawston story is a story in and of itself, just to getting that one jersey today. So we'll write it when we get done with the book. We release the book on March 1st. We're going to write a story about the entire process.
All right, Tony.
Thanks, Jeff, again. Appreciate it having me on. Take care.
All right, a good time.
Yep.
And we have a penalty coming here as there was a collision right as the third period started between Charlie Strobel and Ethan Lund. Strobel is going into the penalty box after 11 seconds of the third period.
Yeah,
and
they just got
on the board.
Looked like they just got tied up kind of awkwardly there. They both hit knees, and Strobel also kind of injured himself almost, it looked like, too. So just a 2-minute minor.
The penalty, though, is for kneeing, which is never good. You don't want to, obviously, the thing now is you don't want to get the leg out there for the trip, but that's, when the contact is made with the knee, that's not good for anybody, least of all the player that's penalized. His knee is the one that's out there. Face-off coming up to the right of the Hill Murray goal. Hermantown is on the power play, and it is their first power play of the game. And here's Pierce feeding it to the near circle. Gets it back one time. It's deflected twice on the way to the net. And now here's a wraparound attempt at the right side by Lund. They score! And Hermantown cashes on the power play, and they extend their lead to 4-1. After 27 seconds of period number 3.
Looks like Oreo malts at Bridgman's for everybody. Maybe even a stop at Toby's on the way up 35. 4-1 Hermantown.
Ethan Lund with a goal for Hermantown, and that's his 12th goal of the season.
Assisted by number 10, Zach Keelan, and number 27, Blake Biondi.
Biondi scoring, and Keelan. 4-1, Hermantown. So that's just what the doctor ordered for them, as Hill Murray looking to climb back in maybe with an early goal, but the Hawks score one first. And here's Palatichuk over the line for Hill Murray, comes to the near boards, now played around behind the net, and the Hawks are able to break out. At center, it's played forward for Aaron Pionk, and he can't control it. Pioneers play it back in. Jensen on his backhand, forced behind the net, and he puts on the brakes there. He's taken to the boards by Zach Carson. Loose to the bar boards, and now it's cleared to center pass. Cole Antcliffe, and all the way back into the Hill Murray zone. That will be icing on Hermantown with 15:57 to play. 4-1, the Hawks on top.
That's a big goal. Short side, kind of just jammed it in there. I think Remington was surprised to see that one get through, but quick start for Hermantown in the third.
Face-off coming up now to the left of Jacob Backstrom, who has stopped 15 out of the 16 shots on goal that he has seen today. Play in the left corner of the Hermantown zone now. It's cleared around behind the net. And here's Keelan on the near side. Rink wide pass to center. Biondi shoots it in, and he just missed to the right of the goal. Keelan crashing in along the wall. Leaves it behind the net for Lund, the latest goal scorer. A centering pass, and Biondi unable to latch onto it. Mountain plays it back out for Hill Murray. Now here's a two-goal man, Pierce, for Hermantown, playing it into the zone for Biondi. Can't latch onto it. Back out to center. Pierce. Now he sends Keelan away over the line. Closes in. He shoots, and Keppel made the save. Rebound, and oh my goodness. A high skill play like that to try to go short side on the rebound by Biondi, and the stop made.
And he almost got it. It would have been just like the last one, only on the opposite side. After a big hit by Seamus O'Regan, got a nice shot on somebody there, the big Irishman. Football player.
Yes, indeed, for Pete Bursich's football Pioneers. Play in the right corner of the Hill Murray zone. Played around behind the net, too far for Palatichuk. They'll chase it up the wing boards, and here is Owen Quast. At center, played into the Hermantown zone. Backstrom clears around on the far side for Matt Erickson, who has a goal today. You'd think he would have smiled 4 times this season because he's got 4 goals, and I think it's okay to smile after you score most times. Now the puck played to the far wall and out to center. Erickson shoots at the length of the ice, and that will be icing on Hermantown. We talked about his nickname after he scored his first goal, which is the reason for that reference if you're joining us late. 14:43 to go with John King. Jeff Pappas with you from Aldrich Arena. And Hermantown trying to improve to 15-1-4 and win for the 6th straight time. Now Pierre shoots, and Backstrom makes the save. They worked a set play there from the face-off and got a good shot, but no joy. Face-off to the left of Backstrom. And here's Pierre again, same play. And the shot winds up going wide of the goal, so if it worked once, well, maybe it'll work again. Loose to the near wall, and Hermantown plays to the line. Begley holds it in, but it's a weak pass forward, picked off by Pionk, and here comes Hermantown. Aaron Pionk tried to split the defense, did, going in on goal, and a shot is deflected wide to the right. But they all have skill on this Hawks team, don't they? Loose to the right edge, and Keppel holding the post, able to knock that puck behind the goal. Players from both teams after it. And now Dowd tried to center. Couldn't get it through. Penalty coming, and I think that's going to go on Dowd for Hermantown. It's a hook, and it'll put Hill Murray on the power play. 14:02 to go.
You know, Pionk has about 10 nicknames. One of them's Fish, because they say he's so slippery, and you saw that on the scoring attempt right there for sure. But now the Pioneers will get a chance on the power play, see if they can get some juice going here with 14 minutes left to play.
2:58 the time of the penalty on Dowd for hooking. Second power play for Hill Murray, 0 for 1 to this point. Face-off coming up now to the left of Jacob Backstrom. Now Palatichuk shoots, misses the net from the face-off. Puck picked up and cleared, but not out. Now it's tipped by Biondi all the way back into the Hill Murray zone, and Keppel will set it up behind the net. Puck played out, and here's Goodbout on the far wing for Hill Murray with a line. Palatichuk at the right point. Plays it down. Goodbout in the right corner. He's taken in against the boards. Pierre. Palatichuk. A shot by Begley, rebound for Strobel, and lightning fast was he on that. And the puck's on the mesh, and we'll get a stoppage. Hill Murray is not allowed more than 4 goals in a game this season. Both times that happened to them this year was at their holiday tournament against Wyzetta in a 4-3 loss and a 4-4 tie against St. Michael Albertville. And there's a team that's played a real difficult schedule. St. Michael Albertville has, and is still on the sunny side of 500 at last reckoning. Now here is Strobel over the line for Hill Murray at the right point. Puck comes to the right point. Palatichuk plays it down. Good boo there. Tries to feed Pierre on the wall. Now Strobel has it between his skates, picks it out. 55 on the power play. Puck comes to the near corner. Begley goes back behind the net. And here's Pierre. Palatichuk shoots. Deflected by Strobel. Save Backstrom. Off to the far boards, and Pierre controls it. Centers it from in deep. And that's going to be picked up. And here come the Hawks out 2-on-1. Over the line they come. Here's Lund shooting. And that goes wide. Long carom. Begley plays it to the corner. Lund in to help. 28 in the power play. Palatichuk tries to dig it out. And now the puck is picked up by Nick Pierre. Over skating at center. Loose in the center area. And now played back into the Hill Murray zone, where it'll be claimed there by Begley, but a weak pass. But check that, Regan behind the net. Seamus O'Regan feeds the near side. And here they come. Strobel centers it for Pierre in skates. Picked up and cleared to the left side as Hermantown comes back to full strength. They have a 3-on-2 out of the penalty box. Over the line they come. Pionk shooting. And a puck comes off to the far boards. Off the goaltender. Here's Dowd around behind the net. He'll play it to the right point, and Sams back down to Dowd in the circle. Tries to come in front. Lost it trying to get by Aaron Pionk, and now the puck to the right point. Picked up by Sams and played down. Pionk, as Hermantown is finishing a change, they put the fourth line on as Janzig comes in to help out. And now forward Jack Lockley behind the net for Hermantown, can't control. Now a flip clear to center, played down to the glove by Sams. 11:20 to play. Pierre can't control it, picked up and played over the line by Janzig for Hermantown. In the circle, he shoots. Keppel to save, and that got there quick. Long rebound to Carson back at the Hermantown line, and they'll go D to D and cycle possession. Here's Lucia playing it in. Going after it is Gruba in the right corner, but it's icing on Hermantown, and we'll go back for a face-off with 11:02 to play.
When I was talking to Biondi about Janzig, who had a really nice shift there, he said, this very northern story, he said, well, his nickname's Doug. And I said, why is his nickname Doug? He said, well, his dad's name's Doug, and he kind of is big like a dad already, so we just call him Doug.
Well, they could also call him Wired for how fast that wrist shot got to the net if they wanted to. Over the line, the 24s do battle, and now here's Biondi behind the net. Banked off the boards to the right point to Pierce. Swings it across. Lucia takes a shot, and that's blocked behind the net by House for Hill Murray. Now controlled by Nate Hardy. Played down the far wing for Mountain, and over the line, Strobel trailing. Takes the drop pass. Strobel in the circle, shoots, and he hit the outside of the net. Looked like it had gone in from this angle, but here comes Hermantown back. Here is Keelan playing it in now. Biondi on his backhand, closes in, shot, save, rebound. Keelan chopped it over the top, and he goes after it behind the goal. Rebound is trapped against the right post by Keppel in a face-off with 10:15 left. Hawks up 4-1.
Real close there to 5-1 from Biondi. You're going to see a lot of 9, 27, and 7 down the stretch from Hill as they try to find a way to get that second goal.
Hermantown has played a solid game all the way through. We don't make an excuse, but Hill Murray is without 2 players that are of great importance to them, but still credit Hermantown for coming down here in a tough place to play here at Aldrich, and they are doing well for themselves. Controlled by Jensen in the right corner. Now Palatichuk behind the net, and here comes Hill Murray. Up the near side, played out to center, and Pierre can't control it. Puck played back, and now here comes Hermantown back. Pionk. Throw it across for Dowd. Now back in the Hill Murray zone to the near side. It comes towards the point area, and it's held in by Antcliffe.
Looks like they're going to double shift Pierre here and try to get him started, which is not a terrible idea. If you can get 7 going, it'll get Hill going.
Now played back into the zone, and Glockley plays it out for Hermantown at center. It's controlled by Carson over the line. Carson shoots, Keppel saves, rebound came right back to Carson, who's at the right edge, it rolls along the goal line, and it stayed out. A backhanded shot by Carson, and that's deflected wide. Hill Murray hanging on by its fingernails now. Puck comes out to center, and it's picked up by Sams, and he overskates. Pass to the left side, and over the line comes Hermantown's Erickson, and that's sticked away by Keppel. Now Gruba in the right corner, under 9 minutes to play. And here comes Hill Murray through center. Lashinger. Steered wide by Lucia. Pierce backhands it ahead. And Hill Murray controls. Rink widening one to center. Chopped at and now carried into the zone by Joey Pierce in the circle. Closes in. Pierce centers at a backhanded shot. Save. Rebound. Comes up the slot. And Keelan couldn't get a hold of it. Puck comes out to center. And Hermantown in control. Lucia feeds the middle. Now Biondi over the line. In the circle, Biondi looking for space. He'll go back behind the net. Rebound to Lashinger on the far side. He can't play it out of the zone. Hawks hold it in. Lund in the corner. Centers for Biondi. Comes up the slot, and Hill Murray is able to take control to the near side. Pass to center, and Lashinger feeds it over to the right. Zupfer now plays it into the Hermantown zone and back deep in the left corner. Lucia. Hill Murray changes with under 8 minutes to play. We talked about Hill Murray's illnesses. It could be worse. It could be Duluth East. The team that had a number of games postponed due to illness and weather. They started a stretch of 7 games in 11 days today.
What was it, the flu, or what did they all have?
Yeah, they called it the plague, and David Levesque of the Star Tribune is using the sick as a dog headline to describe the Greyhounds, and they're a sub-500 team right now, Mike Randolph's team is. Now here's a centering pass, and it's steered wide by Hardy for Hill Murray. Comes to the near corner. And it comes loose to the wall now, and it's played around behind the net by Charlie Strobel. Mountain banks it to O'Regan at the right point, feeds the circle. Here's a follow-up by Mountain over the chop of the net. Now fed behind the goal and Biondi for Hermantown, and just over 7 minutes to play. Regan at center for Hill Murray will play it, but he hit the linesman, and now Biondi will carry. Over the line, Biondi closes in, shoots Keppel with a glove save and a face-off with 6:55 to go.
Hardy's had a nice game for Hill Murray. I've seen them play a few times this year, and I definitely have noticed him more tonight. He had the goal, and he was very involved on that shift 10 from Hill Murray.
Face off to the right of Remington Keppel in the Hill Murray goal. 6:53 to go, and the Hawks in charge 4-1. Sams at center will play it right back into the Hill Murray zone. Palatichuk behind the net. Plays it to the far side. Pierre put it in the skates of Jared Jensen at center, and then he is erased into the boards by Biondi. Picked up now by Antcliffe and over the line. He sends it ahead. Here's a break going in, a shot, and Keppel with a save on Dowd along the boards. Keppel picks it up there, or Dowd rather, and now played back into the Hermantown zone. Goodboo's in a race for it there. It's laying along the goal line. A centering pass runs up the slot. Fanning on it there was Gruba. And now it's controlled by Hermantown. Pass to the left is in the skates of Dowd. And picked up by the Pioneers. Gruba leaves it for Palatichuk. And now Palatichuk's outlet pass is blocked at neutral ice. Played back into the Hermantown zone. And it'll run behind the net. Drew Sams controls there with less than 6 minutes to play. At center, it's played ahead by Sunday into the Hill Murray zone. Begley goes back for it. Feeds it around on the near side. Quast after it, and he brings it to center. Quast goes down at the Hill Murray blue line. It's played in. Now a centering pass is controlled by the Hawks. Here's Glockley down the near wing. He's 1 against 4. Here's a shot. Keppel makes the save. Rebound comes up the slot to Janzing, and he couldn't get there. Now puck fed to the near side, and Glockley can't hold it in. Here comes Hill Murray to center. There's another shoulder check, and Zupfer's had a hard day. He's gone down a couple of times on big shoulder checks. Now loose in the left corner is controlled by Pierce. Long pass up the middle. Begley tips it back into the Hill Murray zone. 5:16 to go. And now Begley behind the net. Feeds it off to the far side, and it's held in by Keelan there. Now played down by Janzig. Behind the net, Lund in the corner. He's ridden off, and Hardy for Hill Murray plays it ahead to Mountain. And out they come. He's got Strobel trailing the play over the line. Strobel takes the pass at the right point, draws 2 blue shirts, and they go in against the boards. It's controlled there by Jackson Lucia back behind the net, and Masson will feed it over to the far wall. Lund for Hermantown. Banks it ahead, comes to the right point. It's played down by Begley. Now here's a shot that goes off the defense in front, and the Hawks are able to control. Down the near wing comes Keelan. Over the Hill Murray line, leaves a drop for Biondi. Has trouble controlling it. Blake Biondi goes behind the net. Now to Lund. And Biondi goes to the front of the net where you want your sniper to be. Now loose in the right corner. Hardy plays it forward, comes to the right edge, and it's loose in the Hill Murray slot area. Now cleared down the far wing, and Mountain plays it out to center. Back in, and here's Regan to Palatichuk with just over 4 minutes to play. Fed over to the far side. Mountains pass to center. They tried to feed Strobel. It hopped his stick, and it's going to be icing on the Pioneers with 4:07 to go.
Still physical late. Seamus O'Regan had him kissing the Blarney Stone behind the net there. He ragdolled the guy, and you know you're playing a team from up north when they're beating you 4-1, but they're just lining you up in the last 5 minutes. As you're trying to get one, they are looking for a few knocks before they leave town here today.
Old-time hockey. Eddie Shore.
It's a well-rounded game from Hermantown, let's just say.
That is a very nice team that we're looking at here. And here is Goodboo passing it to center, broken up in the center circle by Dowd. And now played ahead. Here comes Hermantown over the line. And a little dipsy doodle move there by Aaron Pionk, which if he had completed it, you could have called him Houdini. Now along the wall, Pionk shoots, and a save made by Keppel. Off to the far boards, and Pierre there. Plays it ahead and down to the glove by Jensen with under 4 minutes left now. Played into the Hermantown zone. It comes off the corner boards in a weird fashion. Now steered down to Pierre in the left corner, and he is bodied off by Pionk. But it's picked up there by Pierre in the slot area. Tried to shoot. Now comes to the right point. And Gruba to the high slot. Shoots. Saved by Backstrom. Don't know that he saw it all that well, but he stopped it anyway. Puck comes to the near boards, and it's swung around to the right point where it's held in by Gruba. Working to his left, Gruba plays it over. Here's Luke Howes trying to put it in front. That's deflected down and played back out to center. Howes will rink wide it right back in. Hill Murray is changing with just over 3 minutes to play. And here's Jackson Lucia behind the goal for Hermantown. And he plays it up the middle. It's tipped by Keelan. And no icing there. It'll play back in behind the Hill Murray zone. Keelan hustling after it. Now Biondi is there for it. Goes back around to the near side for Lund along the half wall. Lund in the corner, taken out by 2 Hill Murray players. Lund kept the puck, though. Feeds it up the slot. Here's a shot by Carson that goes wide. And the puck now to Biondi. He centers it. That's intercepted. And a pass comes back out to center where Sams will feed it back across. Here's Biondi at the red line. He'll play it high off the glass and into the Hill Murray zone. They'll chase it back down. Seamus O'Regan behind the net. Feeds it over to the far side. Lashinger for Hill Murray trying to get out and can't. And the puck goes into the net. Netting. Not the net. And out of play with 2:18 to go.
You see fatigue setting in really on both sides. Pace has slowed down a little bit here. A few guys still looking for some licks, but last couple minutes, a lot of guys leaning on their stick. Good, hard-fought game today.
And now Hermantown will send the Aaron Pionk line out, and Hill Murray responds with Strobel, his first line. Puck bouncing on its way out to center, and Joey Pierce feeds it over to the near side. And here they come, 2-on-1. And a save made by the goaltender Keppel on Aiden Dowd. Puck comes out to center, and then it's shot back into the Hill Murray zone. They gave up the 2-on-1. Just kind of a tired legs there for Hill Murray, but the senior goaltender bailed him out. And here's Hardy over the line. And his shot goes off the defense and wide with under 2 minutes left. Pass up the middle is picked up by Palatichuk at center for Hill Murray. Over to the near side. Strobel plays it in. Now controlled along the near wall and swung around by Lucia to the left corner. He'll get it back on a return. Gets past him. Here's Antcliffe on the near side. Strobel picks that off. He fires. Backstrom saves off to the far boards. And the Hawks control it with 90 seconds to go. And out they come. Lucia, the defenseman, leads the charge. He shoots, and a blocker pad saved by Keppel off to the far corner. Picked up there by Leo Gruba for Hill Murray. He will step to center, and he feeds it ahead. Here comes Strobel looking back to throw it in front for Gruba. Couldn't get it to him, and the Hawks control it. It's picked up now at center and played out down the near wing. Quick. They are working here as Keelan had it run off the end of his stick. Palatichuk feeds the corner as we enter the last minute of play, and Hermantown ahead by 4-1. It comes out to center. Palatichuk lays it ahead, and here's Goodboo over the Hermantown line. Comes to the far circle. Backhand save. Backstrom, and Pierre unable to control the rebound. Back come the Hawks, and so quick in transition. Here's Lund over the line. He is dumped as he comes in over the line by Palatichuk. Feeds it to Begley behind the Hill Murray goal with 40 seconds to play. Beckley banks it off the glass to center. It gets past the defenseman Sams. It's going to come right onto the goaltender. And a stoppage made by Jacob Backstrom with 31 seconds to play, and the Hawks ready to improve to 15 wins, 1 loss, and 4 ties.
Quite a squad from Hermantown this year.
Hill Murray will drop to 12-6-2. They have 4 of their last 5 games at home. Their last game of the season, though, is at Moorhead on the 15th, and we know what kind of team the Spuds have. Be an interesting matchup for them as well. 20 seconds to play, and the puck played to the Hill Murray line, played back by Palatichuk to center, and it's played ahead by Zach Carson into the Hill Murray zone with 10 seconds to go. Begley taken in against the boards by Matheson. Puck loose now behind the net. Runs to the left edge, poked out towards the right point. Here's a shot by Pierce that doesn't get through as the game comes to an end here at Aldrich Arena this afternoon, and a solid performance by the Hermantown Hawks as they come into Aldrich Arena and beat Hill Murray 4-1. John, your thoughts on this one?
Well, you mentioned it. Hill Murray playing a couple Pioneers short of a picnic with the 2 guys out, but can't take anything away from Hermantown. They rolled down 35, and they have an excellent team. You know they're good when they kind of sneak up on you. You didn't even have a goal from Biondi today, did we? And,
nope.
And just a really nice team out of Hermantown. I'd like to actually see them. Maybe they'll meet each other again at some point down the road, but good effort.
3 assists for Biondi, for Blake Biondi today. No goals, but certainly one for lack of effort, as they also get 3 assists from Zach Keelan. Final score this afternoon, Hermantown 4, Hill Murray 1. That'll do it for us here from Aldrich Arena. John, nice job for your first effort here in color commentary.
Hey, thanks for taking care of me. I was like your Joey. You had me in the pouch, and you took good care of me. I appreciate it.
Well, we'll look forward to more from you in the future, and that'll do it for us here. We're brought to you by Brew Pub's Lots of Matzo Pizza. Half pound of Wisconsin cheese on every pie, perfect for the family on the go. That'll do it for us here from Aldrich Arena. For John King, Jeff Pappas, final score, Hermantown 4, Hill Murray 1. You've enjoyed high school hockey this afternoon on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matzo Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brew Pub Lotta Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time. Brew Pub.